He almost was so psyched when this track came together. You know, he just was like, wait a second, I think I got something. Someday people are going to be playing this on Tuesday nights in front of the basement audience. Turn it down. I don't have a fade out, though.
You know how to fade out.
I don't. It's just like a hard stop. And we're live on Tuesday night on behalf of First Amendment Sports. I'm Ken Meringolo. He's Kevin Ricca.
Yes, hard stop to a fade control. Wrap it around the corner. Back to T-Bird. Let's get it rolling.
Tim Strachan.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to accomplish tonight. I don't know if we're going to solve anything. We may know what a fart boner is by the end of the night for some reason.
We might write that down.
I don't know. I let's just get it started. I'm really excited to see where this goes in the next
I got
hour.
a feeling it's like cousins with a pee boner, but I'm not sure.
Well, whatever that is, too.
Ken Harris, peace and love. Greg Martin, E.O. Anderson. Appreciate seeing you guys out of the gate. We'll have some fun. We'll talk about some things. There's definitely stuff going on. We're on one of the biggest days of the year for a team that needs a lot of players in free agency. But I think figuring out how to fade out of the intro is high on our list in 2024.
Yeah, that's Bush League.
Yeah, it is. And I thought I was doing it. That's the best part.
Why isn't the slide dial faded out?
The slide should work.
We've never had trouble getting faded. I'm not sure what the issue is now.
And as a proud McNamara Mustang,
pretty much been faded for 48 years.
I should be a way better fader.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's a goal.
Work on your fade.
We're going to work on it. Robert Cohen, good evening, sir. So, let's just get right to the Commanders front because I kind of like that people are excited about a post, 3 or 4 win season like we've had over the years for a different reason. Like there's a lot of positivity and we're picking up some players.
Well, we had to cut some to get some, right?
We had to cut some, but that to get the extra to make. So now we have like $10 trillion instead of just $9 trillion.
So we could say
hello.
91.5.
91.5. It's a lot.
Number.
It's a huge
big.
chunk. I mean
the most.
I'd love it. It's the most. I don't know how much money
you always want the most. I think
you win.
You
what
the most, don't you want the most of?
Chunky.
Just saying.
I guess.
Well, debatable. To each their own.
It was holiday season, and I had been hitting the table, pastries pretty hard.
Ooh,
thanks a lot. Appreciate
that. Got weird there for a second. There was a stuttering. There was a stuttering on a P, and I didn't know which way we were going.
I don't want that. So free agency is always fun because you love spending money. Everyone has like an innate love of shopping, even if they don't want to admit it. And this is like the best thing in the world to shop for is veteran NFL players who can play game at a high level, who deserve the money.
Ones that we know can play ball, which doesn't always work either.
No, they played pro ball. They've been in the league. We're going to be hopefully relying on a lot of guys we pick to be good over the course of the next 3 or 4 years. But in that time frame, still got to have good dudes. We're not gonna play with 22 draft picks next year. You know what I mean? Like we will be building through the draft, but and they just don't have to be warm bodies either. We had the warm body era for us in Redskins. I believe that was like 2009.
Adam Peters is not a warm body guy.
No, he's not.
He said we're specifically going to build through the draft, which I love. But like we all have talked about, there's a lot of guys in the too deep right now that are filled in by a blank. So we're going to have to get a few of these free agencies guys.
Yeah, you're going to have to get some.
Yeah, we got to get a couple.
But correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, if you're good in this league, in the top half of whatever, or at the top of your position, you somewhat have a choice of where you go, mostly, right? And no one's wanted to come here.
No,
right?
Well, to get that bag for a minute.
We haven't had
not to play
we're
ball.
not winning yet.
Right.
To cash out.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a player who wants to go and win. They don't come here. That's what I'm looking for. Is are we going to start getting guys that want to come here who are good? Because you can talk about free agents all day, but most of them are free agents for a reason, and it's not because they're the top of their position most of the time.
I'm calling the warm body era 2009 through 2022. I'm calling. I don't think last year was technically. I think last year was the first year of something good because we started a young quarterback. That's we'll see if he.
Dude, we hired Nick Gates and fired him. That's warm body era material. He had
warm body era material.
We signed him after his 9th broken leg.
We gave him the gate.
Jesus.
We refused to cut a long snapper who couldn't long snap. I mean, it was all right. Okay, fine. Look, listen. I made a mistake.
It's the warm body era
to 2023.
That's why we have to develop what we determined last week was the re-engorgement of the fan base.
We need to re-engorge it. That's 09 to 23 of the warm body era.
I forgot about the re-engorge.
Yeah. Well, it's a major push this year.
It is. And, it starts right here.
It starts right here. And Kevin finishes first in terms of the warm body era. Let's see. What are you thinking in terms of the highest priced guy that will sign? What's
I haven't thought in those terms for 1 second, to be fair. I'm not of the opinion that we're going to be signing these big, huge free agent.
I don't think so.
Because there is no big, huge free agent.
It's a weird block.
There is no.
But there's still like a 20 to 20. There's still $20 to $25 million guys that are going to be paid that amount this offseason. And I think our philosophy is that's not what we're going after. But on the other side, like $91 million is a lot of money. It's like supermarket sweep. I mean, I don't know if we're going to be able to spend it all if we're only looking at.
But I don't know if we're looking to spend.
Why
it
do
all.
we have to spend?
Oh no! Okay, all that we have to spend. Right. Remember, I said last week. Do the calculation and carry the rest forward.
Right.
It carries over.
That's fine.
Not all of it.
No, we have to hit a certain number. Yeah. But that's fine.
Some of it's use or lose.
We're going to hit that number.
Whatever the use or lose is, you got to spend.
Let's use that.
And
it's going to be a lot.
We can use that to sign guys that are going into their other years. Also, let's keep in mind, quarterback wise, just for argument's sake, say something happens and we don't get one of these top draft picks and we don't go out and just say we're figuring something out at that position. Just for argument's sake, next year you got Dak, Goff, Love, Trevor, and Tua. They're all free.
With potentially another year of the highest amount of free agent money.
Not one of those guys has an option left. This is it. They can get tagged, but those guys, So I'm just saying, for argument's sake.
For argument's sake,
I am not sitting here saying any of that noise. I'm just saying.
How could you?
No, but that's got to be talked about.
But why go blow it this year if there's not a guy there? Obviously on that.
No, we're not. No, that's what I'm saying. But we have to spend X amount. That's the league rule per.
Yeah, there's a minimum. There's a minimum you have to spend, and I don't know how much of that counts or doesn't count. There's also a maximum we can carry over. So whatever the $91 million that we can carry forward, we should do that.
And I don't think they're counting pennies on this and trying to hit the numbers. I think they're going to go out there and see how it goes and see it. It's always fluid. And I think these guys are always so in the moment. That's what I like about it. It's not one plan. It's fluidity with what they want on this roster. And they told us what they want. So I imagine the guys that we do sign, they're going to have what we were told.
But to your question,
toughness and explosion.
Yeah, I don't think you can answer that because we don't know who's available. That's worth a top dollar amount right now.
Well, it doesn't matter there will be guys. That's all I'm saying. There will, and the interesting thing is because there was some cuts made today that I thought were pretty interesting. These guys are going to be paid. The cornerback, there's a cornerback, a linebacker, an offensive lineman, all got released today for cuts. We could also be the beneficiary of like us having a huge need for a guy to come in and start where he wouldn't be getting that opportunity somewhere else. Like there's going to be veterans who are good enough to play and they don't get to pick where they go. The guys that we're not getting on the regular are the guys who are going to get their money from somebody and they just get to pick who. But there are other players who are good enough to be deserving of that money, and they don't get to be so picky. I mean, I think this is the offseason we could win in that regard.
I'm really looking forward to discussing the one year veterans.
Take our money and tackle people. God
I can't
damn
wait.
It's gonna be so fun.
I don't think it's going to be a fun free agency. I'm not even looking forward to free agency.
We had this whole it is absolutely an awesome flip on its head for Redskins fans who literally lived at Hogs Haven. That was our highest traffic moments of the year every year, bar none. Was the second that free agency started, you could start paying guys. I mean, that was Dan Snyder's. Sorry, I said the name going in the jar. That was his whole game. and he was good at it for a while, and it sucked. And but it's different now.
Yeah, this offseason free agent DS talk is really chapping my ass.
Well, we can see the difference. That's the cool thing. It's like
it is cool.
Evidently
the approach, but obviously we're taking a different approach. We've got a lot of brain power in the front office now.
Difference.
Yes.
So I think that's why
I haven't seen it yet.
I love it. I want to be. I think it's everyone. You know, we've all been put your cards down in terms of what you want more than anything else. Not like a true boner manifesto, but just like in the draft, what exactly you're going for.
That was unnecessary use of the word boner. I'm calling him. That's a warning.
I am
gratuitous.
All in on trading back, no matter what. I'm like I've been. And this is in terms of the conversation we've been having. Whereas like we all think Caleb Williams is going to be a great player. If someone moves up and gets him, they're making the right move because whoever gets him is getting a great player.
You always bring up the trade back move.
Yeah, but now I'm saying that's all I want.
This year may make more sense than
the only thing I want. It's the only thing in the world I want, and I think that opens a conversation up for all the other things at the top of the draft, which I think is fun, like who's going to get picked in that spot by us or somebody who we think that is, and the rumor mill in terms of the value of that pick in a trade back scenario, and of all the things you can't believe in the month leading up to the free agency and the draft. One thing you can believe is the value of what, you know, when people start openly discussing the value of stuff, that's a real thing. And it's multiple firsts plus.
Or the one thing that I noticed this week that I wanted to say that you just reminded me of is if you're looking for a team out there for a fantasy draft right now, if you're thinking about what we want to do and you're goofing around on one of these draft sites, the Arizona Cardinals at number 4 also have the number 27 and 35 pick. That gets super interesting right there, just shooting the shit with them. They are also a team that cannot have a quarterback for the next 2 years other than Kyler Murray, or else they're paying Russell Wilson type numbers to get out of that contract. I mean, they're stuck with Kyler Murray right now. So they're a non-compete as far as a quarterback goes. So that's someone that we could do a little business with. They got some serious
But then we want
assets.
to trade Kyler Murray as part of that.
Who's at 3?
That's fine, but they're not going to be able to punt. They're not going to be able to get rid of him that easy. He's a distinct. He's a zone type guy.
Yep.
He's not a plug and play in a majority of the NFL franchises. So it's going to have to be the proper scenario.
Also, I don't think
him.
they're reuniting Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray. I don't think that was the plan by any stretch of the imagination.
But just keep that team in mind with anything because they have the draft capital right now. At 27, where a bunch of these tackles that we're talking about will be around, will they be there when it's our turn in the mid 30s?
Yep.
Maybe not. So these 8 tackles that they're saying are round 1 guys, then there's a big drop off, and they can slide into the second round. But that'd be very interesting for me to see. That way you can maybe get the quarterback you want, plus a guy, an edge, and a tackle all day. We need. I want to tackle all day. Tackle.
Offensive tackle.
100,000%. But
I've said it nonstop.
But that's a big deal. If we could make a move with those guys somehow, some way, it'd be cool.
Raiders
that's
are in the mix. Their pick is I think 13 or something along those lines. Minnesota could be in the mix. Kirk Cousins is. Everyone seems to believe that it's a done deal that he's going to the Falcons, but nothing's ever a done deal, right? But he moves to Atlanta. It's a done deal, and Minnesota needs a quarterback.
The Bible Belt and Kirk. Oh,
it's gonna be super unfun.
It's gonna be amazing for him.
Arizona has 13 picks in this draft. Says Ken. What's that?
Neither one of you wants him back here.
Who? Kirk? No, I mean no, but I don't think there's even a chance. Well, but that doesn't deny the fact that it would be an upgrade.
National media. The whole national media is so boring. They're such nerds. They're like, oh, maybe I'll go back to Washington. Shut up. No one wants to talk about that.
He was never coming here, but anyone who wouldn't want, I mean, he's better than half the quarterbacks in the league. If you don't have one of the top 15 quarterbacks in the league, you would take Kirk Cousins as your starter for sure.
Yeah, I don't. Kirk.
But anyways, I mean, the quarterback part of it, So if you do the trade back, so I guess just so we're clear, because I don't like to be wishy-washy, I will accept nothing less than a trade back from number 2. I want first round picks in subsequent years, double first round picks in subsequent years, plus all the change that goes with it. Seconds, thirds, fourths, whatever, however it adds up. It's going to be a ton. If it's someone from down below, like 9 or 10, it is the possibility of 3 firsts, going forward, especially if those teams have multiple picks this year and next year, which some of them do. So, anyways, I'm going all in on the brain trust that we just talked about. The smart guys, the people who are in charge. I say give them as many chips as possible, and that means. Get the draft haul that you can in picks that you can get. Let these guys build through the draft like they say they're going to. The best way to build through the draft is to have a lot of draft picks, and this would give us a lot of high round draft picks.
Are you definitely giving up on a quarterback in the future if you do that?
No, maybe this year
in this draft.
Yeah.
Oh, in this draft? Oh, no, so I say no.
Not definitely, but
I say no.
The odds are decrease.
The odds decrease,
yes.
but to play the gamble, if you do trade back into the middle of the first round, and you still want a quarterback in the first round after you got all your draft haul, first of all of us are going to say, if we get 3 first round draft picks or 2 firsts in a couple of seconds, and now we're sitting at number 8, or you know what I mean, and we're just all going crazy because an hour and a half ago we just made our future awesome, and if they still want the quarterback, I mean I don't want J.J. McCarthy to go that high in the draft, because I don't want to be the team that takes him that high in the draft.
Oh, God, no. I am all out on J.J. McCarthy.
Penix.
Crazy ass.
One of those 2 guys could end up being a mid-first round draft pick.
I Googled it. It's Penix.
It's totally Penix, but I love... Can't we just say Penix?
Oh, God. You almost just just gave a soundbite up that was going to last eternity.
I'm just saying. I thought we made a conscious decision.
Give Ken Penix. Go ahead.
You can have it if you want it.
Joe Theismann's name wasn't Theismann.
It was Thiesman, but that has nothing to do with penises.
Well, I'm just saying, you can.
Does it?
It's kind of the exact same thing. He changed the pronunciation.
It's got something to do with penises.
If you want to associate your last name with something
Thiesman-y?
awesome,
I mean, he's always kind of been a dick.
That's true,
right?
Yeah, he is. He's.
So, I don't know.
You pronounce your name like the job you want. I guess I don't know if that's what
the awards you want,
or the awards you want.
That was very strange. You would go from Thiesman to Theismann and not win it. I mean, what?
Yeah, and we're not talking about that.
And all of our moms told us when we were young not to be a Thiesman or whatever.
Don't do it.
He kept trading up as his career forged on. He kept trading up wives. Yeah, I just remember the talk from my mom.
He pissed off the wrong girl.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Every woman.
We were all told area. You can root for the Fun Bunch, you can root for the Smurfs, go Hogs, let's go.
Yeah, you weren't allowed to.
Dave Butts, Daryl Grant, but yeah.
That's because the team was so good and so great, and we just won all the time that they were ever present in homes. Everybody knew everything about everything, and obviously Joe Theismann wasn't getting it done.
Don't be a Theismann out there, you.
So I say
Theismanning around.
But so Joe, just joking, man. Just having fun.
The results are in.
He does. He is sensitive.
The hand measurements for Mr. Penix. I mean, he has very large hands, which we probably should have assumed. Let's be honest.
I noticed they were very thin.
Well, his measurements and his health and all that stuff, the people were questioning all the way until he got there, and I'm like, wait,
he's had a bunch of knee
surgery.
Yes.
Yeah. But the guy had the guy can spin it. I love the lefty throw. I think we have always said everything looks better.
I think it's very accurate.
He's super accurate. Yeah. I still think someone's taken. I mean, it's obviously a gamble. Everyone's a gamble, and his gamble is different than what Caleb Williams' gamble, obviously.
Well, our guy making the choice has been in the war room in San Fran for the last 7 years, and he has been a part of the selection of Lance at the very top of the draft.
Yep.
Epic failure, and he has been a Brock Purdy last pick in the draft. Amazing success. So everything and anything in between is possible. And here's the one thing we talked about is one of the hardest things to do is evaluate a quarterback coming out of college into the NFL, and it's an impossibility, and everyone knows it's an inexact science, and it's the hardest damn decision to make, and it's going to be the first one we make. It's starting to kind of scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, I got to see a graphic today that had a lot of metrics on it, right? If you're just a metrics guy, Caleb is not.
Sure.
He's actually out of the top 5. He's got the worst metrics.
Yeah.
As a quarterback. It was
from this past year.
It was Daniel's first, which totally shocked me.
Just from this past year, though. Yes.
But yes, Daniel's first, and then I think Penix, for the most part, was right there at second. So I mean, I'm not a metrics guy completely 100%, but it does tell a story of some sort.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
it's a physical game. The measurements do matter ultimately. They matter, but
to a degree, of course.
yeah, to a degree.
And also that UW offense was stacked. They had linemen. They've got top 5 at the position players all throughout this draft, including two wide receivers
line in the country,
and 2 wide receivers are going to get drafted in the first couple rounds. So that's pretty cool because he made it work. He was the point guard and the lefty. I like that guy. I'm not saying it can't be that. We are so early in this.
I know
It's
we're getting
right
here.
Pounded over the head right now.
One more show before the
free agency.
The free agency bell goes off.
I know. I'd like to make a rule: no tampering.
No, legal tampering
next week. It's
2
terrible.
business days, which means 2 Tuesdays. T stands for tamper. I love the idea of the trade back into the middle of the first round because the options it gives you. One of them being if a guy like McCarthy or Penix, I'll just start saying it, is available there in the middle of the first round. They can trade back again because I think someone comes and gets a player like that too. But
Little Penny, you go with Little Penny if you want.
You could go with Little Penny. I remember Little Penny.
Yeah.
The other options in that top 8, 9, 10 maybe early teens. There's a whisper of a prayer that Brock Bowers is still sitting there. You're going to absolutely have a starting left tackle candidate sitting there, which means you probably have to take it. And there's also an outside chance that the number 3 wide receiver in the draft might be there as well. So I think that's trading back once or twice in the first round. I mean, that to me is the absolute my best case scenario, and the one there's no player I want more than trading back.
Not Caleb.
All right, well, let me say this to you.
That's right.
In the 7 years that Adam Peters was involved in the front office, the last 4 years, had a pretty important role, and it was always an important role, but he was kind of a big deal. They traded back a shit ton. They had 4 first-round picks. They had 4 second-round picks. But third round in that 7 years, 12. Fifth round, 11. Sixth round, 11.
Yeah.
I mean, that's stocking up picks and taking shots like you're talking about. Risk reward, rolling the dice, blowing on them, rolling them, and hoping for the best to turn out. And guys, there's some pretty good ones. Third round, Fred Warner. Fifth round, Greenlaw and Kittle. Purdy in the 7th. Yeah. Elijah Mitchell in the 6th. Like, some of these guys pan out. Now, in those early years, they had multiple. Yep. Not all of them hit, but not all of them were busts.
But they were still spinning them.
The more shots you have, though, you're picking the guys you want, and you can put them in your system early, and you can groom them for 3 to 4 years. It's a great way to build it.
And that's what we're doing. And that's what I think we're going to. That's what they've done. That's what Peters has had success with, and I like it.
Isn't free agency next Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg, we'll be here on Tuesday night.
Maybe Monday. I don't know.
Well,
I know it's next week.
Legal tampering, maybe it's maybe that's what he's saying. We already know.
I can't get the chat. I'm trying to get the chat. They won't let me chat. Just want to chat with you guys.
You can't get on. It doesn't know. You're not getting authenticated.
And something's wrong with my phone.
You and T with your phones.
Just want to chat.
You kids.
I want to see the chat.
Again, not a boner manifesto.
Got the chat.
That comes later.
See, it won't come up.
Any chance? All right. So the other thing I wanted to talk about, the guy who I've been mentioning on the show, who I love, who wasn't even the number 1 senior wide receiver on his own team in terms of draft prospects, is Texas receiver Xavier Worthy, and of course he goes and runs a 4.21, which means someone's going to overpay like a bitch to get him, which I hate because I thought he was going to fall to us at the top of the second round. I thought that was reasonable, but there's no chance now. And
I'll be right around there. He'll be right around there.
If he is,
I don't know if I want to take a speedster at the top of the second yet.
He was yards and touchdowns.
No, he's a player. He's
the best in the Big 12 for like 3 years.
I didn't like the post-race celebration, which he knew right then and there made him so much money, more money. So many more monies because he ran fast for 4 seconds.
I know. I hate it. I hate it as much as you do.
It's a crazy.
I thought we talked. You were like because we had that whole thing, and he said, "Here's who I wanted a wide receiver." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "This guy's Xavier Worthy." And I was like, "You were like, how fast is he running?" And I was like, "The 4.2s." But in my mind, I'm thinking all those guys kind of are in the 4.2s, 4.3s at the top. I mean, there could easily be like 5 or 6, 4, 4 or better.
That's the fastest time.
I know. So he destroyed my dream because my whole, there's no way. I mean, you just can't be the team that reaches for a 165-pound guy just because he's pure speed.
No, we're never drafting a 165-pounder right now. After we
Not in
said
the
we're
first
going to
round.
be physical
Yes, I
and
know.
explosive.
How much did
the thin man?
Yeah.
Well, that's a different story. You can talk about Emmanuel
I
Forbes.
believe he was 165, was he not?
Oh,
Or was 185?
that's what they listed him at. They listed him at 180.
He was like
No,
138.
They might have listed him at 175.
After a steak dinner and an all-you-can-eat buffet and like dripping, soaking wet. He was maybe 162 pounds.
Slim pickings.
Slim pickings.
Slim pickings.
Gonna have a big year this
You better,
year.
Slim.
He's gonna have a big year, but also drafted for his ability to score points. I mean, it's interesting reason to draft a cornerback.
It
but
is now.
Yeah, yeah.
Now that we got the right guy in town, Dan Quinn will be like,
Yes.
all right, offense, hand it off to Forbes. Let's go.
Let's go.
That's my call.
So I think the most likely mid round, like if we're staying in the top 10, I think the most likely outcome in that scenario would be Brock Bowers. I honestly do. I think if he's sitting there and we're drafting like 7 or 8 or whatever. And again, I know everyone can say, well, number 7 is this team and Braid's this team. I'm saying between now and draft day, the slots are the slots. This is a quarterback slot, and we're going to fall back into. There's going to be some moves made, and Brock Bowers is available there. And I think these guys, if they get a slew of picks, I think they value tight ends, the top tight ends of the draft more than anyone else.
Typically, yes, but you have to have tackles before you
Also
can value
tackles.
the tight ends. You can value tight ends all your sweet little ass wants, but not yours. But
was the nicest thing you ever said.
if you have no tackles, then your valuation tends to change a tad bit. If you're in San Fran, you got old Trent over there on the left and McGlinchey on the right with fucking. That's a little different. Now you're like, you know what we can use? A tight end.
Let's go tight
Jesus,
end.
what are we going to put out there? We're going to just have a big gap, and then Brock Bowers, like, get your splits.
Throw it to Brock Bowers right away. When I say right away, I mean as soon as you get the ball, throw it away because you don't have anyone blocking for you.
He's fast, but
We have multiple second rounders.
I love Brock Bowers, but
So
love him too.
he becomes a
I'm
luxury
kinda
pick.
with you there.
For that exact reason, you would have to call Brock Bowers a luxury pick.
specific to our situation.
And I don't know if we're
He's
in
not
the
someone else's luxury pick. He's certainly ours,
he's totally ours, and that I don't
which
know.
is fine. I would love to have him on the team. I don't mind. Listen, if we took Marvin Harrison second, everyone would be like, "What the hell?" But guess what?
He's a
we
very
now
good
have Marvin Harrison. You know,
That's what I'm talking about for Brock
Yeah, I
at
get
that
it.
level.
I get that. I get that thought process right now, and it's fun to have that. Why wouldn't we think that way? We don't know shit. We have no idea what these guys are doing.
Yeah. I remember last year it was Ron's 4th year, and we had a little extra money going. We would say it was Ron could treat yourself. Go out and get yourself
Come
something
on,
nice.
Ron.
Get
Come
yourself
on.
something nice. My baby gets whatever
I
she
know,
wants.
eating them saltines for breakfast.
I don't know if Adam
every day
Peters
with
is getting that
sardines. Come on,
yet.
Ron. Get yourself some scrambled
Get
eggs.
yourself some. I don't think we're giving Adam Peters the green light for free use. So I would say just go with the left tackle as well. I know that's what the board say, and
I want so many left tackles. I would just keep them coming. Just roll them in. We'll make the ones that don't work out. We'll make them guards or right tackles. It's beastly bodies.
Yeah.
I want so many of them. We need them, and we got rid of one.
Yeah.
Like we have 5 guys signed on the
We
line.
need 2
But was he
tackles
one?
drafted.
Was he one?
I mean, he was a feisty, broken-legged old salt.
He was
from New York. Yeah, he's no longer with us, but he showed up with 9 broken legs. He didn't break another leg
Nick
or
Gates.
bone. Yeah,
And Luke, not Cornelius Lucas, Charles Leno being gone. He's basically getting a hip replacement. I mean, for all intents and purposes. I'm sure.
he played hurt. That was nice of
Yeah,
him.
he's done, and so it wasn't like that wasn't anything against him, and it helped us a little bit in terms of 2 years from now, he's off the books.
So we got Wiley kicking out of a stance out right. We got old hippie on the left tackle. We got an onslaught of injury. Thank God for Cosme.
Yeah.
Like, what was he doing out there? Because there was no one else. Sheesh.
2 tackles. We want a first-round tackle, and with one of those second-round picks, which I think we'll have more second-round picks than 2 in this draft. That's my other thing. I think the over/under for me for
They like trading those twos. They only used 4 in the last 7 years.
San Fran.
But when you're
Adam
building,
Peters specifically. There's a bunch of dudes in that office. Listen, It's not just his show.
They need this isn't warm body. They need second round bodies. Yeah. They need talent. They need young talent, and they have to get the second. If you get multiple second round picks,
you know how bad we are in the second round historically.
Oh, of course,
it's the worst round by far. It doesn't matter. Every regime,
done in the past.
Every regime, historically, the Redskins have never done well. Well, I'm just telling you, the facts are the facts. We have never done well in the second round ever. That's our deal. Not in like 80 years. So we suck in the second round. Like, we can't hide from it. Shit. And if San Fran doesn't like second rounders, and we stink at it.
In the second round.
Well, that's good for them. We have 2 second rounders we can trade. Let's. You know what? If you want to say get out of trade the second round, I'm with you.
Trade all the second rounders, pick up as many third rounders as you can.
I would just be dealing. I would be picking up second round picks. I'd be trading second round picks. I'd never be ready to draft. I would tell my scouts, do not even rate the second round picks. I don't even want to know who they are. I'm not going to say their names. All I want to do is pick up.
No 9s, only 8s and 10s.
Only 8s and 10s. Maybe a 6.5. Maybe a 6.5.
We've had so many 6.5s. It's such bullshit. So many 6.5ers.
You know what? We love those 6.5ers. Like in a way that they deserved. I felt like they came here and they got it.
No, we didn't.
He speaks for himself. All right, so we want the offensive tackle. Okay, so I don't think I said his name yet tonight, but there is a player who I love, who I know is not going to be a first or second round guy, or shouldn't be a first or second round guy. But he plays the position that we have, some long term need at. Not, we have a guy there right now, Sam Howell. But I think he could be like very, very special.
I feel my tear ducts getting ready to spurt tears out.
I love Joe Milton. I do. I think I don't know about.
What do you mean you love Joe Milton?
I love Joe Milton.
Like for what reason? Like
the football player.
The football player.
like I love you. Like all of a sudden you're like, I love Joe Milton. Like for what fucking reason?
First of all, that's not the first time I've brought up his
I know. We've ignored it the last 2 times.
Now you're like, I can't take it anymore.
God damn it!
Am I being punked? They're really looking for cameras. Like, is somebody filming this?
Does he have a lovely singing voice?
Like this year's Richardson.
I don't think it's Anthony Richardson. I mean, I'll give Anthony Richardson his respect, but I think Joe Milton is. I don't know. He could break up my heart. I mean, he could be like a lot of guys.
Why would you allow Joe Milton to break your soul? What like how does this? I'm
saying he could be like a Coda Glover type situation where I do think he's going to come into the league and play well. I think his ceiling is way up there, but he's a classic guy. If he goes to the right situation, he could have an awesome career and with an opportunity, or he can go somewhere and we'll never even hear his name again. Except when they replay this show.
That's a way to go out on a limb on Joe Milton, dude. He may be great.
He could be great.
He may never hear of him again.
He might break my heart.
The league could decide.
Joe Milton!
Where are you right now?
The league could decide not to play him ever.
You are so indicative of this time right now in NFL. Nobody knows anything.
I'm just throwing. I'm not just.
And you can love whoever you want.
Joe Milton.
No one's gonna.
I would scrub all your social media pages.
Different of you. You can love whoever you want, Ken.
That's true. I want, like, Jahmyr Gibbs was my guy last year, and I don't think Joe Milton is on the same level as Jahmyr Gibbs in terms of
Gibbs?
What?
He's a great player, but that's such a terrible comp to Jahmyr Gibbs is my guy.
No, it's it's the love comp. The love that I had for that player coming in. I think that Joe Milton is going to be
that's understandable, but that's it's an odd guy to love like Jahmyr Gibbs.
We love what we can't have. I knew we were never gonna have a chance.
Why do we want Joe Milton?
We don't want Joe. I'm not saying
you
we want Joe
love
Milton.
What we can't have. We can have him. We can have him anytime we want for a majority of the draft. Anytime we would like to.
All I'm saying is that's a verbal contract, and I'm going to hold you to that.
All right. Well,
I'm probably everyone. We're going to go with. Let's get to Joe Milton's house immediately.
Joe Milton's spring just took a change.
We got a code for. All right, so listen.
Joe, this is Ken from the basement again.
We've all agreed we're drafting Joe Milton.
Well, that's going to happen.
It's going to happen. I hope it does. Anyone, as a result of the combine or the last few days that has gotten to you that you're saying, no, I love this guy. I would love for him to be on my team.
Because all the good guys don't do any of it.
Except for the guy.
Screw that. I don't care if they were in the combine or not.
The combine's not gonna.
I don't care if they were in the combine.
The combine's not gonna exist soon. By the way,
that's fine.
going away.
The underwear Olympics is overdue to be eliminated. But just in general, like forget about whether they were at the combine or not. Anyone who you've just grown and you're like, man, that's the guy who I want to watch for the next 5 years in my team's jersey.
I'm obsessed with Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah. I just think he's an absolute superstar to be. It's not because of his dad, who I guarded in a high school basketball game.
I'm just going to drop that name there.
Wow.
2 possessions. His team lost at DeMatha. He won the MVP. He was a stud basketball player. Anyways, his son is absolute freak. We watched him at St. Joe's Prep. He played against St. John's. We didn't cover the game, but we got to see it, and he was a complete factor. He was a badass at Ohio State. He is absolutely unguardable. He's exactly what this league is all about. Am I wrong? Like everything he does is amazing, and I know we're just casually we're going to casually because of need and blah 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 not have him. But like, yeah, he's somebody that.
Are you in love with Marvin Harrison?
I am 100,000%.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. See, does that feel good?
No. Because
should we scoot our stools closer together?
No, because Joe Milton's stool will never be close to Marvin Harrison's. They will be far away.
We'll see.
They'll be. Put it this way: I'm obsessed with Marvin Harrison Jr. I think he's going to be a superstar.
That would be more a comp. That would be more a better Jahmyr Gibbs comp. I think there was two offensive talents coming into the league that were going to be like.
Where did Jahmyr Gibbs go? In the
Detroit. Top 10. Top 10. Yeah, for sure. There was 2 running backs up there, right? Bijan and Jahmyr. I believe they were both top 10. And obviously Bijan was.
That is a weird comp. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Joe Milton's old ass is 25, dude.
Yeah. He's 24 right now, right? He'll be 25. Is he 25 the second? I know he graduated at 24.
It's before the draft. He's 25.
Is it his second or third college? Because he started at Penn State.
I don't know, but Joe Dad Milton will probably be a great father figure for Ken here in town.
I am not pushing the Joe Milton conversation. Now, at some point, I'm waiting for Kevin to be like, "Are we still talking about?"
You're not pushing the Joe Milton conversation.
I'm not. No, you guys have been going. You guys have been feeding.
That name would never have been mentioned in this.
I brought it up
ever if it wasn't.
I brought it up for sure
multiple times about old graybeard. Oh God, you could find buried treasure.
Hey, listen. I was right about
X marks the spot.
Not a lot of things.
God,
you're a weird guy.
So
the other saddens me. We're not gonna have Joe Milton.
Rome Odunze.
Yeah, we're not having him either.
We're not gonna get him.
Odunze. I don't know how to say it.
Odunze, Rome Odunze. He is. Obviously Marvin Harrison's the easy guy to fall in love with, but I mean the Washington receiver is.
Brock Bowers is easy. Yeah,
he's so. I think he's gonna. I mean, if you talk, we talked about like Mike Evans' career. I think the guy who's most likely to have a Mike Evans career in this draft is Rome Odunze. I mean, it means staying healthy for 10 years. Obviously,
I'm gonna stay in love with, and this is gratuitous to our Gonzaga fan out there. Is Olu. That's who I want on this squad.
So he's been sliding for some reason, but he got ejected. No reason at all. I know this Joe Alt, who I thought it was between those two for 1-2. I think it still is.
He's solidified.
They showed Joe Alt staggering around and getting his feet caught multiple times in the lineman. Now, of course, that could happen to anyone, but that gets blown out of proportion at the camp. Those two, we'll see. But when people start bringing him in for interviews, that's where he will shine. The dude's brilliant. He's an amazing cat. Like as soon as someone gets him in front of a front office, it's going to be easy to see that guy will cause you no problems. Right.
He can start for us.
Decade.
I mean,
you think?
Yeah, you think?
What do you mean he can?
No, I'm just saying. Like he can start for. If we get a guy like him, and we need, like I said, we need 2 guards. I think 2 of our top 3 or 4 picks, minimum, need to be offensive linemen. Preferably 2 tackles.
I think we all became huge fans back in high school when his dad helped Golden Chumbas. Cool. His dad helped Golden Chumba across the field as a rival that were going to soon be teammates.
And Golden played at Penn State too, right?
He's still there.
Yeah. He's a junior.
I believe he's got at least 1 more year left.
COVID and
I think 1 more year.
Injury waiver.
Damn it, Greg.
What's going on with Greg?
Rowan did beat Catholic in the finals, but the year Catholic won the national championship, they had to take care of Rowan on the ride. But Rowan upset Catholic in the D3 basketball tournament.
Okay.
At Catholic over the weekend. I wanted to be there, but my kids had a game, so we had to throw that in there real quick as we were touching on locals.
Greg,
as we were touching on
Anthony, and David, who I didn't even know, they were. I'm having this Jersey fan text chain that I'm a part of. They all went to Rowan. And so and he was like, "Hey, is Kevin? Why he like found the stream and he had sent it over." And I said,
yeah,
I
would have been there. I was texting back and forth with about a half a dozen people that night. They were asking blah blah, and my kids had games, or else I can't miss my kids' games. But,
of course,
but if I could have snuck in there, I would have been there. And did they go to Rowan or did they go to Glassboro State? Because it'll let everyone know exactly how old everybody is, because Rowan was brand new, shiny, and fancy when I was in college.
Oh, they're younger than us.
Glassboro State. I know that. But Glassboro State was what it was called.
Glass or Glass?
Glass.
Glassboro
State, okay. I believe.
GSU?
Yeah.
All right. That's going to be a good T-shirt.
They always had good sports programs.
More T-shirt ideas. Let's order up another million T-shirts. GSU, Glassboro State. It's good. Everyone's going to want one.
Mike Loxley appreciated the shirts, by the way.
Dude, they're in your trunk. I just saw them. I just saw them 10 seconds ago. It's the most T-shirts ever I've seen in someone's car.
Trunk tees? You never know when you need a trunk tee.
Who wants a double XL Mike Loxley T-shirt? Just
I'm going to start putting other stuff back there just to see how long it stays there.
All you got to do is raise your hand. You get one.
No thanks. No thank you, T.
I'm good. You already gave me 3.
I've had so many opportunities to have one of those shirts. I mean, at point blank range, I've just said no a dozen times, and I like the shirt, I like the man, I like the program. There's something about it that says don't wear that.
Yeah, it doesn't fit your. I mean, you got your guns to show off. You don't want a big baggy.
Guns. I have meaty.
I don't know. I disagree. It's been Rowan since 1992, according to Greg.
There you go.
That was before my time.
I got to college in 94, so it was still fairly shiny.
I was just a young man back. I was a wee young man. March, St. Patrick's Day. Let's see what we do with that. So we're basically, one last show before free agency kicks off. That is now, and then but when we talk on Tuesday, that'll be cool. We'll already know some things. We'll know who's forking over the big dollars. I mean, I do think. I mean, I think they're going to feel empowered to drop a couple dollars on a guy. And I think it'll be about what that guy is and what he can do. This would be a perfect spot, I think, to bring in to get your London Fletcher or Ken Harvey type of influx of a veteran. Somebody who can come in and you don't know how you got him, like why do they choose you, like how what's going on, and they turn in season after season of just veteran leadership play at a high level, and that's going to be, to me, the if they got to land a player, just one, and it's almost impossible to do, but they got to get a London Fletcher or Ken Harvey type, and it's fitting that they're both linebackers. They're beloved free agent pickups who came in terrible eras of our organization and played at a super high level, and were the best players on the field many Sundays. We have to pick up a guy like that. Now, that doesn't have to be the guy who everybody wants. I mean, if everybody wanted London Fletcher, he would have been somewhere else. We need to get a guy of that caliber, and that'll cost a few bucks, but that'll be interesting to see. And linebacker, there are a couple linebackers that came available, and I'm not saying we should go after a guy like Kendricks.
There's gonna be 100 more.
Yeah, but high end guys Kendricks jumped out at me as a name. He's got an injury scenario. He's got some tread on the tire, but he got cut today, and he is a high I mean, it goes without saying, most of the people who will be available could start for us because we have
nobody.
Zero linebackers. They're going to play Jamin Davis at edge now, right? Is that like the consensus?
No.
They're going to play him at quarterback, I heard. Maybe H-back? So we need linebackers, and there's going to be veterans available, and I think that's an interesting place. Super crazy high need for us. I think there'll be a good selection of veteran talent in the pool, and this has to be. We have to get a guy like that.
Well, we need some talent. We have 4 guys that make over $10 million a year.
Dude, that's us. I don't make over $10 million. Do you make over $10 million?
4 guys that make over 10.
I don't either.
I know, but so many other franchises have so many more money. I mean, we just, And one of those guys, can you name the 4?
Okay, what's the question?
4 guys make over $10 million on a roster as of right now.
Terry McLaurin,
Bang.
Ron Payne, Jonathan Allen.
Bang, bang, bang.
And currently, and Wiley.
Andrew P. Wiley.
Yes!
At 10.5.
Oh, I slid in. The $500,000. That was from you, and he appreciates it.
I mean, come on, guys.
Is he going to be cut?
No. No, you know what? I'm okay.
It'll be like Nick Gates. It'll be like a wash. We won't get any money back. So let's make him a guard, like I've said all goddamn year. He's a guard. He's not a tackle. He was a guard in KC, and he had to play tackle based on injury. And then all of a sudden, he's our tackle. He's a guard. He plays like a guard. He's as talented as a guard. He's not a tackle. But let's get some.
You can't play guard.
Next year we can cut bait and get a chunk of change back. But I think he's a necessary. Let's see if we can play guard. How about that?
I vote for you. The other person, the other choice, you would say it's almost like I'm watching a lot of Narcos right now, so I'm sorry for my analogies. I mean, it's almost like a cold-blooded, cartel hit. If you take out Wiley, I mean, you could play him. There's no reason not to. The only reason why you get rid of him, the only one, is to say, you know what, I'll eat his salary this year and whatever's left over to create more space in 2 years from now, and I'm going to play Braden Daniels and whoever we drafted in the 2nd or 3rd round. I think you're better off keeping him, and I think you're better off keeping him before you even ask how good he is or how terrible he is, depending on what someone's perspective is. He's a professional lineman, and teams need to play at least 7 or 8 offensive linemen all year long. That's it. You have to have 7 or 8. If you want to be good, you have to have 7 or 8 offensive linemen. He would be one of our top 8 offensive linemen for sure.
Well, yeah. And by the way, the reason why we just cut Nick Gates is the same exact situation. Yeah. We just didn't want him here anymore. Like your face makes me angry.
Yes.
I don't want to see you play center anymore because we watched tape and it made all of us upset.
Such a bad year for centers.
We don't feel good about you. And so you should leave. And it doesn't save us any money anyways. And we could keep you, and it could cost nothing. Yep. But instead, you have to go home, sir. So, and by the way, Andrew Wiley, sorry, I was looking at next year's figure at 10.5. He does make like a 9.4 and some change this year. But, so 4 guys make over $9 million. That's it.
All right. We're better off.
No one else makes over 5.
I mean, so that's like the whole when we talk about the year 1 AD, I mean, this is it. This is down.
Sounds terrible.
It's down, but that's down to the studs. Like, this franchise is down to the studs. We have a couple high-priced guys, and I don't think anyone was going to quibble with McLaurin, Payne, or Allen. Obviously.
I'm done quibbling. I gave it up for Lent, but yes, no one's quibbling with that.
I gave it up last year.
Quibble.
Sounds
like something disgusting.
It does. It does, like
quibbler.
Oh God! And then it tasted like quibble.
Stop being a quibbler,
Kevin. Tell me the truth. Did you just quibble?
Hamburger.
So, yeah, I don't know. I
can't scroll in the chat.
Andrew, that dude, your phone is killing you.
It's terrible.
If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to First Amendment Sports. And we have a cool announcement to make. And I talked to these guys before the show. There will be another place that you can find the show. We'll still be live in this location here, so we can have the board up on your YouTube channel.
freelivenudes.net. Write it down.
Mm-hmm. We're all doing individual OnlyFans channels. It's going to be a huge push. March and April, whoever channel gets the most.
Someone's got a mortgage to pay.
Wins the money that you guys give them. And no spoilers, but let's just say somebody has been filming a lot of content over the last couple of weeks in anticipation of this launch.
Thinking of so many different ways to spell Hogs Haven.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to get paid to take my page down.
No way, dude.
It's a win-win for us that I still get paid.
I'm not sure if you're aware of the subculture that exists.
Your stuff's gonna fly off the shelves. It's gonna be like Beanie Babies. It's like gonna be a Cabbage Patch Kids and Beanie Babies. Oh yeah,
we based the whole package around you. We're sidebars.
We both get 20%. 20%. And I think we're well overcompensated.
Am I in the special category?
No, but we're gonna have to.
Maybe we are.
We're gonna have to hire some security though. 24-hour security for you, because you're going to be very, very famous.
There's that many weirdos out there.
There's some rich ones. And that's that. Isn't that what it's all about?
Yes.
Greg, help us out. Tonight's draft. We're gonna go out of the show on a quick draft. I'm told this is a quick hitter. It's a six round, which sounds like a long time.
Steal some of your whiskey.
No, I think it's a perfect opportunity to re-ice and get some whiskey. So 6 rounds. We'll all draft quickly. Six things, whatever we're told the topic is, and then the board will decide who did the better job and who wins.
Who wore it best?
Greg, is that correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. I know we have like a slight delay on the.
You didn't think about bringing Greg on, like?
No, because we have that echo issue. I am actively working on the echo issue, but there's a sound issue on the guests. They sound like
I think it's coming from the camera in the bathroom.
Was
cam.
Mark Stern? Did it have a?
I think a little bit. Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Sorry, Mark.
All right, so there's still there's a delay. There's still a reaction to the OnlyFans. Everyone wants to get the
well. Listen, everyone else is getting theirs.
Really?
Why not us?
I mean, dude. All right, guys. Maybe.
There's a market.
All right.
Okay. Yes.
Leslie won't.
Where is it? It's E.O. Anderson. It's right here.
Where do them checks start coming?
Yeah, wait until the checks come. That's right.
Next one to crack is the Old Forester. Next week we will be. This is a teaser, a plug for next week. We'll be drinking the Old Forester 1910 Old Fine Whiskey, courtesy of E.O. Anderson.
E.O.
I'll have a glass then.
Yeah, that's delicious.
Yes, I can't wait. I haven't. I want. He sent us a sample of Old Forester. Correct me if I'm wrong, E.O., but I believe you sent us a sample of that in your batch of samples last year.
You have a 1AS canter?
Yes.
That was a gift from my brother.
We've been drinking out of that.
Yeah.
You knew this.
I didn't see the 1AS.
This is from Joe Meringolo, and it's the reason for our greatest selling T-shirt, the Obama style shirt with the R3 faces, and it says "Yes, we decant." It's great. It's super great.
Never got a. Never knew about that.
A lot of people are wearing that shirt around town.
All right. Greg Martin says, you're putting together a movie, 7 decisions to make, and then vote for most appealing one.
So I think we go 1, 2, 3.
7
I think for the first 3, I think we just trade. That's
an overall synopsis. Gotcha. We're just going to answer questions and then let Greg. It's like Mad Libs. We fill in the blanks and he tells us the rest, right? That's how I view it.
That's how I view it too, and I'm kind of digging it. So who's going to keep? You're usually our recorder. Is that the Secretary at Arms or Sergeant at Arms? I don't know what it is because your arms, because you're the guns.
I wore my secretary thong today, so we'll go with Secretary.
He's the Secretary of Thongs. All right, Greg. We're gonna make it easy. We're gonna go Kevin, Ken, T.
What actor is your leading character?
What actor is your leading guy? Okay,
in this movie?
You're first. You go first.
Shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean, I'm ready to rock.
You should go first.
No.
I don't want to go first.
Just throw it out. I know it's a tough one. I didn't know that was going to be the first round.
I don't know.
You're ready.
You guys have yours?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, shit. I'm going Denzel. He was a football player.
He's getting older, though.
I know.
I'm going with his son, John David Washington, and that was my pick before you said that. Before you said Denzel, so that's
so crazy.
It's crazy. Go ahead.
This is crazy.
Does Denzel have a daughter?
With Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, I love it. All right, Mark Wahlberg. All right, so Denzel, J.D. Dub, Marky Mark, and the Funky Bunch. All right, that's round 1. Now round 2, I will go first, and we'll go to T, and then you get to draft last for this question. Round 2, question coming from Greg. All right, I kind of like this.
This is all still the theme of the movie.
Yeah, we're making decisions. We're the producers of a major movie.
Gotcha.
Round 2, who is your leading lady / hot chick?
Oh, that's easy.
All right, so I'm going first. Sydney Sweeney.
Kate Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale.
Mm-hmm. And I just blanked on her name. the most gorgeous woman.
Anna
alive.
Diarmas?
No, old school. Selma Hayek. Selma,
50-something. You're matching her up with Denzel.
You got an old, you got an
You're
old
matching her up
I
with
know,
Denzel.
but I didn't do that on purpose. Those are two answers to two questions.
A Denzel Selma.
Young.
By the way, was it Selma or was it?
Tell me it's Selma.
No,
That's great. It's Selma Hayek.
No, it wasn't Selma you're thinking of.
Selma.
Okay.
You're going with Selma Hayek, right?
I am 100%.
I think
T's got one. Ken's got one. Sorry. No. Who did T say? Kate Beckinsale.
he says Kate Beckinsale.
Sorry, I didn't write.
If there was, I mean,
She's freaky.
today a Denzel Selma sex tape would probably break the world.
They made. Well, I mean,
It would break the planet.
A what?
One of
The
them
internet.
might break a
everything
hip.
about everything would be like
One of them
breakdown.
might break a hip, but
No
I
way.
don't know if it would
Who
break
is
the
this?
internet.
Denzel Selma Hayek.
Oh God. So what do you mean a hip? Selma Hayek is spectacular.
I know.
She's
looks
still
great.
tops.
I'm
I mean,
just
seriously,
talking
it
her
would.
age.
I mean, there would. It's. I mean, it would be over. Round three.
She's our age.
You're first. You're first. You're second. I'm third. Who is your sidekick / comic relief?
You got to go with Joe Pesci, right?
All right, Joe Pesci. Your movie is eclectic. There's a lot going on in your cast.
So my next.
Yeah,
They always
I
scream
love
at
it.
the drive.
You know how all my movies have to end when everyone. Well, I don't know what the questions are, but I'm going with Adam Sandler.
That's pretty good.
Adam Sandler.
He's not a take the back seat side guy though. He's usually
He can be.
can be.
He can be. He's a team ball guy. He's a baller.
Yeah.
He plays hoop.
Sidekick / comic relief. Oof. This has got to be where I guess I'm going. I'm between two people, and one's a big name, and one's. I'll go Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, that's a good one. Shit.
I'll go Ryan Reynolds. All right, in round four, we're back to Kevin picking first, me picking second, you picking third. By the way, we appreciate anyone who's hanging out with us. We actually have a good number out there. They haven't all given us their thumbs up, according to T. I don't keep track of
Well, the
that.
middle finger button's broken.
Yes, the middle finger button's
be patient.
broken.
Be patient.
But EO, I would love if you or Ken Harris or AGH or you guys that are on the board tonight would do something like this. This would be cool. Round four is, who is your villain / antagonist?
Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger.
Wow.
I went with an 80s villain.
He's still working. I mean, I think you got to think of it in terms of he's still working.
I don't give it. I'm going to go with the terms of whatever pops into my brain at 10:08 after my second whiskey.
I'm dead, but I don't know the guy's name.
Villain / antagonist. This is because I don't think in these terms. I don't think so negative. It's hard for me to cast this character.
Cast from Little House on the Prairie. Siri.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
No. I'm drafted in second.
Oh, I'm
This
sorry.
is the boner killer round. Who is your movie's boner killer?
Why would
Robert Englund's kind of a boner killer.
Well, he never once killed a boner in any of those movies. Ever once.
I'm just saying he is if you look up in a dictionary, boner killer, like Freddy Krueger is right there. Damn it! Who's your villain / antagonist? Do I cast someone? I mean, do I cast somebody who's not typically in there?
See, I started just going straight arrow.
I'm trying.
I talked too much about the first one.
All right, so I'm all right. Who is your antagonist?
Yeah, biggest
Villain.
antagonist.
Jack Nicholson.
I like it. Like the free spirit there. You just let it rip.
I let it rip. I should have done it out of the gate.
My turn?
Yeah. Who's your
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Vinny D'Onofrio? He's been around for a hot second.
Yeah, he's great though.
What's your favorite role of his? Do you have one?
He's played so many.
I know. Oh, sorry. The reason I'm asking is he's an actor who's like physically looked different.
Yes.
In like multiple, like if you watched him, like he looked like a different person. As we're waiting for round 5, Vinny D'Onofrio could play funny. He could play mean. I mean,
Drama.
Yeah.
Mystery.
But like he was physically different looking. Who is directing your movie? I get to go first. Oh man, I get to go first. I get to pick. I wish I could have thought. I wish I would have 5 seconds to think about this. So I got to go right out of the gate. Who is directing your movie? I'm just trying to think of directors. Directors. I'm gonna okay, Oscar-winning speech. Who am I thinking? Ben Stiller. Damn it, I'll take that. Ben Stiller. He's a good director. Go ahead.
Spielberg.
Okay, he's still working. He's still going to get
still
done.
at the top of the game.
Still working. I didn't know this was time based.
I was just making a comment on.
I know.
I was just making a comment on. All your people are still working too. By the way,
I know. I'm going old, but none of these are from the black and white era. I mean, we're doing all right here.
Salma Hayek, Denzel Washington movie is taking me to the theater.
Your actors are older than ours.
What?
Way older.
Joe Pesci is the oldest one of them all, sir. So far you're winning by far and away. And Vinny D.
I think he made.
I mean, come on,
They
man.
probably made westerns.
All right, who
They
did you
probably
just
went
take?
for
Who did you
westerns.
just take, real quick? Who did you just take?
I took Ben Stiller.
Who did
you
you
took
take?
Spielberg.
Spielberg. Well, I had Spielberg, and I don't know who to take now, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do what Ken said, and you just do it.
I mean, I don't think Ben Stiller is the greatest of anything, but
Shit, I'm going Wes Craven. This is turning into horror.
yeah, your movie's turning into horror, which I think is great. All right, round 6. We have round 6, which T drafts first, Kevin, then me, and that finishes out 6 rounds, and then we will have. We're gonna list out our our thing, and everyone's gonna tell us who's the best one.
All right.
Round 6. All right. So, what musical act / band is doing the theme song on the soundtrack of the movie? And you get to draft first. What musical act / band?
This is gonna be tough because dead guys aren't great at this. So musically, is this? Do you have?
No, you can buy the rights to that song.
Right, good.
Yeah,
Good.
dude, you have an unlimited budget.
Is it my go?
Oh yeah, no, and we know music questions are your heat.
I'm just gonna throw it out there.
strike zone.
Everclear.
Everclear, you did not disappoint.
You got Marky Mark and Everclear. This is so great.
All right, Kev.
I don't know.
I know it's tough.
I don't know.
I
But it's obviously going to be Prince.
know. Ooh,
Prince.
and so it has to be. So it's an already recorded song, all of which are great. So you win. The Prince. There's no better one than Prince. All right, so I guess I'm gonna say Taylor Swift. I'm going Swiftie. I'm appealing to the broadest possible audience. Okay, there is a 7th question from Greg Martin.
Thought there was only 6.
There was only 6, but he's saying there's a bonus round. And
No, he already said there were 7.
he said there was 7.
said
It's my
7.
fault. There's 7 questions. There's 7. Okay.
What is the title of your movie?
I don't know. Is that what he said? I have mine.
It's up.
What is the title of your movie? All right, Kevin, you're first.
I just went for. Oh shit!
Yeah. No, you're going first again.
I don't want to go first anymore. All right, what's the title of your movie?
Okay, hold on. Before we do the titles of our movies, let's do a quick wrap. Kevin, list out. You had. Can I do this?
Yeah.
Kevin Ricca's movie stars Denzel Washington, Salma Hayek, Adam Sandler, and Robert Englund as the villain. Directed by Wes Craven with music by Prince. Coming to theaters. Tim Strachan is the movie starring Marky Mark, Kate Beckinsale, Joe Pesci, Vinny D'Onofrio, directed by Steven Spielberg because apparently he was really he needed some work. Everclear, by the way, dropping that crazy soundtrack hit.
Then you really
summer.
might know what it's like to sing the blues.
Ken Meringolo is going with John David Washington in the lead role with the love interest of none other than Sydney Sweeney, cut up with Ryan Reynolds, just a little bit of somebody you might have heard of before, Jack Nicholson. Directed by Ben Stiller, the soundtrack by Taylor Swift. You tell me what the name of this movie is. Kevin gets to go first, and everyone gets to vote. Which movie are you going to see? You can vote by telling us the title of the movie. There's going to be 3 titles. The first one's coming from Kevin.
Oh my gosh. All right. Bloody red Corvette. I'm done. It popped in.
Bloody Red Corvette.
Bloody red Corvette.
Bloody Red Corvette. That's great. That's a horror movie. Wes Craven, Robert Englund. I go second. Oh, Tim Ricca is on.
Nice.
He wants Everlast. Yeah, you were singing Everlast.
No, because I know who T meant. No, you're right,
way.
Timothy. You're correct. But T, who said Everclear, meant Everlast, correct?
You meant Everclear?
Everclear.
Okay.
Who's Everclear?
It's the first thing that popped in my head because I just listened to a podcast with him. So
With who?
with the lead singer,
Do you have a favorite Everclear song?
Father of Mine.
Okay.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Santa
Tell me,
Monica.
where have you been? All right, I just
yeah.
assumed Ever. But you can't just say the band and not the guy, right?
I think so. The name of my movie. So
Is his name Everclear? That's why I thought you meant
it's not.
Everlast.
My
Sorry, it doesn't matter.
title
Everclear.
is
I made an Everlast joke.
Carakpo.
Carakpo?
Yeah.
Did you give the shirt up?
Ebony and Ivory, Sacking in Perfect Harmony, starring John David Washington and Sydney Sweeney.
Feels like it would hurt.
Art Alexakis. Alexakis?
I don't know.
Alexakis?
I think inventing a name, a
Alexakis.
word is great. Alexakis?
Art Alexakis.
Art? Wait, who are we talking about here?
The lead
Is this the name of
singer
your
for
movie?
Everclear.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about a name for a movie. You should call it.
You're up for a name for the movie.
And by the way, Alexakis, I think would win.
On the Bayou, bro. Come on, let's go see it.
On the Bayou,
On the
starring
Bayou.
Marky Mark and Joe Pesci. You know, potentially a buddy comedy.
Kate.
I know, but Kate Beckinsale. But you know what?
Got a contract from the parish.
If I'm your producer, I'm telling you, lean in on Joe Pesci and Marky Mark here. Let Kate Beckinsale slip with just a teeny tiny bit.
We haven't made flowers in weeks.
No, but
She's in my top 5.
you're gonna want. I think you're gonna want the interaction between Mark Wahlberg and Joe Pesci.
It's my movie.
I'm helping you out.
Telling
I'm
me?
executive
My
producer.
You
movie's
got
supposed
Vinny
to be.
D, Pesci.
You don't know how the
Everybody,
studio
You
his
works.
got
movie
some-
sucks.
You don't know how
some
the studio
Italians.
works. The studio has a lot of power.
Without a title, it sucks. With the title, it's gonna be worse. What's your title?
Carakpo.
Carakpo. I was again stream of
I
consciousness.
think I just.
I have Ebony and
proved my- that
Ivory.
just proved my point.
First of all, my movie is going to speak to the masses. As Greg
go.
said,
I feel like we all just got punked.
it's mass
I think
appeal.
Greg's gonna be like, "Ha, you guys are all dorks. None of you are funny."
I think he's. By the way, I have no idea what he does for a living, but he could be a movie producer looking for ideas. And if we see 3 movies in the next 3 years, one
like this.
with Taylor Swift doing the soundtrack to a John David Washington movie, one with a Wes Craven horror movie like a slasher.
Greg
and-
Martin goes with Bloody
and
Red
all-
Corvette.
and Greg drives
This was
up
rigged.
in a Lamborghini and be
It was
like,
rigged from the
God
beginning."
damn it.
Dude, all you have to do is show Denzel in glasses, putting his glasses down, and then Selma walking in any outfit, and then automatically you get somebody's going.
We're all going.
Now,
In IMAX? Forget
Ryan
about
Reynolds
it.
is pretty dynamic. Beckinsdale and Pesci are going to drive the bus. Yeah, let's.
Yeah, Ken Harris is going. EO's going with Bloody Red Corvette. Understood.
Ken Harris says I'm old. Well, why don't you put that one up there?
Ken Harris. Yeah, there you go. Ken Harris getting old, going to see Salmon Nude in Kevin's production. It's true. In IMAX, by the way. IMAX. That's our
It's going to
promise
be a really
to you.
tough day on set. Ken, I've got a chair.
We're gonna give the world, it didn't even know it wanted, an IMAX version of Salma Hayek's 52-year-old naked body. And literally it will make us $1 trillion.
And to be honest, so Greg Martin says yours would make the most money, Ken.
He also called it a piece of crap.
He did. But Ken Harris is
going-
going for a cameo appearance by Team Mom.
Yes.
Like, how did Team Mom not make the final site? And guess what? She about to. She is about to.
There she is. Team
Oh,
Mom.
God.
She always makes it on. Yeah, there you go. If you wanted to just print money, it would be Ken's. Of course. That's why I make movies, by the way. I do a lot of things for the love of the game, but when I make movies,
I don't like you anymore, Greg.
I'm trying to gather. I'm trying
Selma's 57. That's
You're
amazing.
You're off the Christmas card list.
That's amazing.
Yes, there
I
you go.
thought she was like my age.
No, forget about it.
Who?
I mean, I understand that. Like we're 40. We're 47. Wait, we're not 47.
I thought you'd already.
You
hit
guys
60.
are older than that.
I'm 48.
Yeah, you guys are almost
But-
50.
but-
I'm not. Wait, hold on. Tim Ricca, Everclear was the only out of the box thinking. It's true.
It was the first one on my mind.
Out of the box? What are you talking about? I'm thinking like a studio head making a movie. If I can get Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift involved, forget about it.
Greg wrote.
But he's right.
Not Without My Muff by Ken Meringolo.
Not Without My Muff by Ken Meringolo. There it is. See, this is the now. By the way, patent pending. Damn it, Greg. All right,
Greg's played this game before. He knows how to do it.
Yeah, it's true. And
that's outside of the box thinking right there, Timothy.
You have earned the right, sir, to play this game again, Greg. We love playing it with you. So we'll do this again in the next couple weeks. In 1 week from now, there'll be a little bit more of a picture of what the Commanders are up to. It's a fun time to be a Commanders fan. It's a fun time, to give it another Tuesday night. We never take them for granted, and thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. The Red Coral Universe thing that I was talking about before. It's gonna be cool. It's not gonna change what we do on Tuesday nights by any stretch. It's gonna be another place where you can find our stuff. And the guys there are great, and they'll be promoting us and helping us. So there will be ads. It's a free app. Everyone can watch everything we do for free there, but they do have ads, so there is that. But at the same time, they believe in us, and they're going to give us a little bit of room to operate here in the next year or two. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Hope we can continue to generate this Tuesday positive energy in year one AD, when everything to us, all the past conversations of being a football fan, for most fans, the last 25 years have been muddied and darkened by like the era that we just got out of. And so, this is our first off season without the turd Swagler. It's the first one, and we love off seasons. And so, just like everything else this year, it was the best feeling terrible season in a long time. You know what I mean? Everything that's happening goes with being a low win team and being a rebuilding situation. But for us, it's not the bottom of the barrel. It's the first floor of a skyscraper. And so it's all going in the right direction. That just makes this off season so much more fun. I mean, that's the thing. We get that monkey off our back when everything is just tainted by, what it's been tainted by. I mean, let's be honest. Like the dark cloud that was hanging over us made everything unfun. Like, we made it fun because that's what we do, but it was unfun. Like, football's supposed to be fun. I think we're in the beginning of the era, the year one AD of the era of fun. And so, hang out with us on Tuesday nights, and we'll try to be in their manner of speaking. NES Tecmo. You guys, we appreciate you guys. You're the dragon, is that right? There you go. I'll give you a little NES Tecmo action. These guys who've been hanging out all time watching.
Yeah,
us.
These guys are awesome.
Yes,
you guys make
are
it so cool,
us.
man. Just from day one and all the stuff that we do, it's hysterical that you guys would engage us in this one.
Yep.
That was fun, man.
So we'll be live streaming here.
I enjoy every Tuesday immensely. Let's go.
Live streaming with you guys on the board, because the Red Coral doesn't have the ability for us to have the interaction that we have here. That's very easy for us and everybody else. So that's why I was like, you know what? Because they can live stream. We could live stream a show on Red Coral, but we would not have this comment board. And I said, yeah, that's fine.
We're nothing without it. We all do this together. We all celebrate Tuesdays together. Thank you guys.
Yeah. So this experience will continue to be happening as it is, and I'll do a better job of putting comments on the screen, because then after the show's over and it processes, it will be available on Red Coral. Red Coral is accessed on every possible app: Roku, Amazon, Apple TV, iOS, Android, all that, everything you can have, it's there. It'll be easy to watch. You can do it on your TV. You can do it on your tablet or whatever. So we appreciate your support. You'll be seeing us. If you're watching us right now, you'll be seeing us like you always do on Tuesday nights. But tell a friend. These guys are going to be really putting some resources behind us, and so we appreciate you guys.
That was great, but it also sounded like a plug for our OnlyFans, which I think we should copy.
They have nothing to do with our OnlyFans.
Can they do my OnlyFans?
No, dude. I told you.
I need help.
All I need is this cell phone camera and your OnlyFans page.
Camera.
Yes. And that because the Polaroid does. I don't think you know what the Polaroid is not connected to the internet anymore, sir.
That's so gross.
5.19K says manner of speaking. Pretty thankful for that. Again, 1/5 of the way to the next level. I mean, every single subscriber is important to us. As you guys all know, we lost a subscriber sometime in January. I don't know who it was. And ultimately,
but we got them back.
We got them back, but HR doesn't tell me who they are. I don't know their names or identities because I don't want to know that we lost them, and I don't. But we got them back.
But it felt like he came back, or she.
It felt like he or she or they came back. So we appreciate every single one of our subscribers, and we're trying to get to 10,000. So if you want to tell somebody to hang out with us on Tuesday nights, we appreciate it. We'll give you more opportunities to do so. Till next Tuesday night, he's Tim Strachan.
Hey man, this is one of the 2 months which is a slog in the NFL calendar year. This time here, we'll get through to it. We'll get through it together. That's why we love having you guys. Love doing this on Tuesday nights. Can't wait to get it going again next week.
He's Kevin Ricca.
Salma Hayek is 57 years old.
I thought she was older.
EO, you said. I'm going to throw you up here. Peter North is the question mark, and the reason why is because we do have a viewer who logs in on whose Google's account is Peter North. I don't know, buddy. I don't know.
What about my brand new suit?
It's true. He is.
Do you think it's the real Peter North?
No, I think I know who it is, and it's hilarious to me. But I like to think of him as the new Peter North. Nick Gates, Logan Thomas, Charles Leno, gone from the list.
Well, we talked about that.
We're back in 7 days to talk about the building of this roster. I'm Ken Meringolo. Thank you for joining us. Thank God it's Tuesday. We'll see you guys in 7 days. We are still live.
Let's hope for an amazing erection.
Lottery engorgement.
Listen to that.
I'm playing this out. So I do have the play-out music. Oh, this
Happy
is EO.
Gilmore?
Well, this is like the end of
This is EO Anderson tickling the ivories. This is the ones and the twos.
like the end of a tournament type. Like, and we're about to get the recap.
But it's such the pick up.
Sounds like the dream sequence in Happy Gilmore.
The dream, the happy place, with what's her
Nah,
face,
I
Julia
thought you meant
Bowen
Julia
in
Bowen. Oh, she
lingerie
should've been
I thought you were talking when Chubbs Peterson died.
when he's playing the piano / not playing the piano.
It's appropriate to say goodbye to Logan Thomas and Mr. Gates.
That's fair.
And
Logan,
and
mostly.
Mr. Leno. Goodbye,
Logan
guys.
and Leno.
See ya. Good luck. Wherever you live.
As Katie would say, later boners.
All right, we'll finish on that.